Hello and welcome to today's session. We're on video 4 and today we're going to be talking about solar panels sizing. Right, I'll just jump right into it. The first place I want to start with is to explain to you the two main different types of solar panels that we have. We have the normal monocrystalline solar panels, and that one is just one way of differentiating it is if you look at the face of the panel, yeah, there's no demarcating line in between, yeah. Why the other type of panels that we have, which is the newest technology and it's more energy dense, it produces higher energy, is or higher power, is the half cell monocrystalline PV panels, yeah. And one way to recognize it is you will have this clear demarcating line in between, yeah. It's called half cell because if you look at this cell here that's been divided into two, and then you have more strips in between, yeah. While the normal monocrystalline, if you look at the cell is quite large, yeah, and the strip in between are large. Now, what makes the half cell monocrystalline solar panels perfect for all PV installation is because the effect of shading does not actually affect it. So if you have a tree or you have a shadow that the sun is casting over the cells, yeah, it's not going to stop the whole panel from producing power. The rest, other parts of the panel is going to be producing power, yeah. While for the normal monocrystalline cells, if you have a shadow that is casted over one part of the panel, the whole panel shuts down and it will not be delivering power. So that is why the newest technology when it comes to solar panels that is in town is the half cell monocrystalline solar panels, yeah. So what this enables us to achieve is you have smaller footprint, yeah, you have smaller footprint and higher power, yeah. So for example, you have this size of a panel. If you bring the same size of this panel on for bed for the normal monocrystalline, this half cell might be producing 3 times more power than the normal monocrystalline. So that is why we always favor the half cell monocrystalline solar panels. And one way to even recognize that is the cables that are coming out of it, the terminals are in the middle of the panel. If you look at the back of the panel, you see these terminals coming out are in the middle of the panel. For the normal monocrystalline, you see the cable coming out from just one end of the solar panels, yeah. So we'll move on. Right, just the disclaimer here. You can go through that, pause the video and read through it. A quick introduction about myself. Also, pause the video, read through it. And yes, my email, if you want to get in touch, get in touch. Now, let's go right into the meat of today's discussion. Now, we size solar panels using, we calculated our daily load requirement in video 2, yeah, and we calculated that amount to be 24,600 watt hour, yeah. That daily need or amount of energy need that we need to run all the equipments we listed in video 2, yeah, that is what we're going to use to size our panel. We need a solar panel that can deliver that power at least, yeah. But definitely, since that is our daily requirement, we're going to multiply it by a certain factor so that our panels will always produce more, yeah, so that during the daytime we can be powering most of our equipment without even touching the battery that is the voltage that is being stored in the battery, yeah. So the second step is that the total energy we will need then from the panel is we'll use a factor to multiply our exact total daily need. Our exact total daily need is 24,600 watt hour. We multiply that by a factor to get what the watt hour that we would need our panels to be producing every single day. And then when we have gotten that in step 2, we now move on to step 3, which is the total power requirement from all panels together. Yeah. So now that requirement is the total energy needed, yeah, which is what we've calculated in step 2 divided by the peak sun hour. The peak sun hour is dependent, is a factor of your location. Yeah. So where I am located, yeah, the peak sun hour is around 4 hours. Normally, peak sun hours ranges between 3 and 5. Yeah. Yeah, if you are in very tropical and very hot region where you have plenty of sunshine, then you have peak sun hours to be around 4-5 hours. Yeah, but for my location, there is a chart that you can use to determine the peak sun hour in your location. If you need that chart, just send me a message, comment chart in the comment section, and I'm going to send you that chart. Yeah, so 31,980 watt hour divided by 4 hours, and we got 7,995 watt as the total energy that we require from our panels. Yeah. Now, what we need to do now is, this is the total energy we require from our panel. We need to find out what the total power that we require. This is the total power that we need from our panel, which is the 7,995 watt. So now we need to calculate the total number of panels that is going to give us this total power. So to get the total number of panels, yeah, we'll say the total power from the panel, which is the 7,995 watts, divided by the power of one panel. Now, it depends on the panel that you have in the market around you, but the panel I saw in the market around me, the half-cell monocrystalline panel that I found in my location or in the market, was 530 watts. Yeah, that was the power that one panel was producing. And for this particular panel that I found, it was bifacial. Yeah. So what I mean by bifacial is the front side is capable of producing, the back side is also capable of producing, of generating power. Yeah. So when you do this division, yeah, we will now have 15.1. So there's nothing like 15.1 panel. Yeah. So you approximate it to the next even number. It has to always be an even number. Yeah. Yeah. So because if it is, for example, 15 is not an even number. Yeah. We would need to be able to divide this number into 2 equal parts. Yeah. And then from the next stage, I'm going to show you how to do this determination and how to determine the number of panels that are going to be in series and the number of panels that are going to be in parallel, the number of strings that you're going to have, and the number of arrays that you're going to have. All that is going to come later when we get to the panel connection. Yeah. But for now, we have determined that we need 6 PV panels. Yeah, 16 PV panels. PV stands for photovoltaic. So 16 photovoltaic panels. We have approximated to the nearest even number. Yeah. And now remember, when we selected our inverter, we selected a 48 volt system, and we used the fact that our total power requirement per day, yeah, we said we gave about 3 different conditions. If it is less than 2,000, you use a 12 volt system. If it is more than 2,000 watts needed per day, but less than 3,000, you use a 24 volt system. And if it is above 3,000 watts, you use a 48 volt system. We've combined that requirement, yeah, and then we know that our system voltage is 48 volts, yeah. So your panel has to be 48 volts as well. Your battery has to be 48 volts as well. So when we get to sizing up our battery, yeah, we would also select or use a battery that is a 48 volt battery. So that, because in your PV system, yeah, if it is a 48 volt PV system you're designing for, then all 3 major components has to be rated at 48 volts. So that's why we selected 48 volts, yeah, and at 530 watts power rating. The 530 watts is coming from the power rating of one panel. Yeah. So that is why we're having 16 photovoltaic panels that will deliver for us 7,995 watts of power per day within 4 hours of peak sun hours. So we'll be able to get this amount of power. So there will be no day that will go by that will not be able to generate close to this exact power. And with that, you'll be able to power all your systems, and you'll be able to charge your batteries, yeah, to full capacity. And that brings us to the end of today's video. And like always, thanks for watching. Do remember to subscribe, like, share, comment in the comment section. Tell me what you need. If you need my help, just drop it in the comment section and I'll get to you. All right, thank you.